Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video. This time I'm going to be showing you everything that you need to know about bid strategies in Google Ads. Why does this matter? Well, choosing the right bid strategy for each of your campaigns could be the difference between success and scaling your campaigns and failure and lighting your ad spend on fire. In this video, I'm going to break down all the best Google Ads bid strategies, when to use them and when not to use them. I'm Liam, also known as the Google Ads Doctor. I lead the PPC team here at Vulcan Digital, where we manage 7 figures in monthly ad spend for some of the biggest D2C brands in the space. Before I jump into this video, if you're a D2C brand owner spending $10,000 or more per month on Google Ads and you're interested in a free one-to-one Google Ads action plan, then just follow the link in the description below. Let's jump into it. So, starting with the 2 manual bid strategies, the first of which is manual CPC. This is where you choose your uppermost limit that you're willing to pay for a click, either by product, by placement, or by keyword. It's useful in new accounts where historical conversion data is limited. It can be quite time intensive to manage, especially managing it well, and more often than not, it's a subpar alternative to automated bidding. Outside of new accounts, I generally only use manual CPC for branded search campaigns. Max clicks is similar, but generally more aggressive than manual CPC. You're aiming to get as many clicks as possible within your daily budget. It's good if you need lots of traffic quickly or if you're pushing a campaign solely for awareness. Then moving on to some automated bid strategies and starting with target impression share. This is where you set a goal percentage of how often you want to show up in the auction, either anywhere on the search engine results page, at the top of the page, or in the very first paid position. Bear in mind, the higher up the results page you go, the more expensive it tends to be. So first isn't always best. Again, outside of a few rare circumstances, I would only use this bid strategy in branded search campaigns. Maximize conversions is next. Essentially, you give Google Ads a daily budget and it aims to use that budget to get you as many conversions as possible. So very straightforward. But it's not one I generally recommend for e-commerce unless you have a fixed conversion value for every order. So every order, every purchase is worth the same to you. Instead, if you are an e-commerce business, I recommend using maximize conversion value. So this is where revenue is your ultimate goal. And then the machine or smart bidding works to bring in as much revenue as possible through that daily spend that you give it. Both of max conversions and max conversion value can be quite aggressive with budget spending, especially for accounts that aren't extremely mature. Next up is target CPA, cost per acquisition. And this is a next step bid strategy from maximize conversions. Once you have enough data from using maximize conversions, your general aim is to transition from max conversions to a target CPA. Generally, this is a more suitable bid strategy for lead gen accounts as opposed to e-commerce stores. And finally, target ROAS. For 90% of e-commerce campaigns, this is the bid strategy you ultimately want your campaigns to be running on. Now, it can take some time to get your campaigns to a position where they will actually function well and thrive with target ROAS, but generally, this is your optimal bid strategy to be working towards. So let's talk about the use cases. And I want to start with new accounts. So brand new, 0 conversion data, 0 historical data. You don't have the conversion data for automated bidding to lean on. So manual CPC will help you bridge that gap until you do. You can start quite conservative with your bids depending on your goals, of course. Review your search terms every 1 to 2 days, then gently increase bids. This way you're honing in on your target traffic, you're becoming more confident in your targeting, and then as a result you're becoming more competitive with your bids. Depending on the volume of traffic, the budget that you're willing to put into your ad account, you may need anywhere from 2 to 6 weeks with manual CPC bidding before you can put the account in a place where you can actually use automated bid strategies. And we'll get into that transition period a little bit later in the video. Existing accounts, especially mature accounts, are quite different. Historical conversion data can be used as a signal for automated bidding. So if you're managing an account of an e-commerce store, you can generally opt for either max conversion value bidding or target ROAS, depending on how aggressive you want to be from the start. And again, I'll talk about the transition from max conversion value to target ROAS and best practices around that transition a little bit later in the video. But before I do, I want to touch briefly on bid adjustments. There's a lot of incorrect information out there when it comes to bid adjustments. For the most part, bid adjustments are only useful with manual bidding strategies. Automated bid strategies take care of the adjustments as part of the machine learning. So if you're running automated bid strategies, the only real adjustment you should be aware of is the minus 100% device adjustment. This is where you can exclude a device like TVs or tablets by downbidding 100% on those devices. Moving on to some golden rules of bid strategies. So starting with, how do you know when it's time to move from one bid strategy to another? Well, the two most common transitions are maximize conversions to target CPA and maximize conversion value to target ROAS. For the former, maximize conversions to target CPA, you should be seeing at least 30 conversions per month in the account. For maximize conversion value, transitioning to target ROAS, this number should be 50. These are recommended numbers by Google, but in practice, the more conversion volume you have, the easier the transitions will be. Then when you do make that shift over and you do set a target, either target CPA or target ROAS, look back at the last 30, the last 60, last 90 days of performance. What has the actual ROAS been? What has the actual CPA been? Use these numbers as a starting point for your targets. You're much better off setting your target, either CPA or target ROAS, at or even slightly below where the campaigns had been operating on the maximize conversions or maximize conversion value bid strategy. Next, when you do make adjustments to your bid strategies, just be cognizant of the learning periods that exist. Learning periods are the time it takes for these bid strategies to begin operating at a consistent basis. Again, the speed of this is determined largely by how many conversions are coming through the account. So for accounts with lower conversion volume, these learning periods will naturally take more time. The last thing you want to be doing, and something I see all too often, is people making adjustments on the fly, multiple times per week. Don't be this person. All you do is you send the campaign back into a learning period and you end up spinning your wheels completely. Instead, be intentional with your adjustments. Be patient and try to keep these adjustments to 10 to 15% at max per week. Trust me, you'll see much better consistency with adjustments like those. Okay, so maybe that is a lot of information to process at once, but this is a fundamental principle that will guide good, solid media buying. Like any process, it's really useful to have a clear workflow or decision tree to help you guide your changes. So that's exactly what I have here. So here is our decision tree. And the first thing we do is we start by answering, is this a new account? If it is a new account, go with manual CPC bidding. Aim to reach 30 monthly conversions, and then you can move on to the next step for mature accounts. This next question asks if the value of conversion is fixed, like in many lead gen cases, or variable, as is often the case in e-commerce. So follow your answer and start with one of max conversions or max conversion value. Once you hit your monthly conversion volume goal, either 30 or 50 as discussed, transition to target bidding, either TCPA or TROAS. But if you're having trouble hitting those conversion goals, those numbers, 30 or 50 conversions per month, sometimes you may need to expand your campaigns. So how do you do that? You can expand your keywords, you can expand your targeting or your audiences, or alternatively, you can expand your budget. There you have it. A complete breakdown of choosing the right bid strategy for your Google Ads campaigns. Follow these guidelines and become more intentional with how you manage your campaigns. Then you can sit back as scaling your account or your client's account becomes a hell of a lot easier. If you enjoyed this video and want help with choosing the right bid strategy, or help in other areas like shopping or performance max, or even YouTube ads, just click the link below and book a one-on-one call with me, where I'll personally audit your current Google Ads results and provide an action plan to help you scale your account. If you found this video useful, please hit the subscribe, give it a like, and I'll see you at the next one.